Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to break down the foundational principles of John C. Maxwell's wildly popular leadership theories. We'll explore his most critical laws, but we aren't going to stop there. We're also going to dive into a really compelling, real-world counterargument that just might completely challenge how you view your own potential to lead. So, let's kick things off with a massive what-if question. Why did Dick and Maurice McDonald, the two brothers who literally invented the fast food assembly line, failed to build a global empire? I mean, they were sitting on an absolute goldmine, yet someone else came along and built the franchise. Why does that happen? Well, to answer that, we've got to look at John C. Maxwell's famous book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Maxwell claims to have boiled leadership down to absolute, undeniable principles that pretty much dictate whether an organization is going to soar or absolutely crash.
Section 1. The Leadership Lid. Ability determines effectiveness.
This is the exact barrier that held the McDonald brothers back. The crucial point here is that no matter how hard you work or honestly how brilliant your business system is, your organization's success is rigidly capped by your own personal ability to lead others. It's like a ceiling. You can have a work ethic that is totally off the charts, but if your leadership skills are low, well, your impact is going to stay low. If you look at this chart, check out the horizontal axis. That shows a highly dedicated drive for success, way out at an 8. But on the vertical axis, their leadership ability is sitting all the way down at a 1. Because of that incredibly low lid, the shaded area, which represents their total effectiveness, is tiny. Sure, they could run a great single restaurant, but they just couldn't lead a team to build a giant franchise. And this perfectly illustrates the multiplying power of a true leader, like Ray Kroc. When Kroc partnered with the brothers, his dedication to success was the exact same, but his leadership ability was way higher, let's say around a 6. By simply raising that leadership lid, the overall effectiveness of the exact same hamburger business just exploded. It expanded by 500%. He recruited leaders, sacrificed his personal perks, and, built a global phenomenon. Section 2. Influence over title. The true measure of leadership. The law of influence proves that just having a managerial title doesn't actually mean you can lead. Traditional leadership often relies on being awarded or appointed to a position, but true leadership? No way. It cannot be mandated. It has to be earned through genuine influence. As Maxwell puts it, he who thinks he leads but has no followers is only taking a walk. And honestly, there's no better example of this than Princess Diana. Even after a highly publicized divorce, where she literally lost her official royal title, her global impact actually went up. Why? Because she instinctively understood how to connect with people. She rallied voluntary followers to causes like banning landmines through pure earned influence. It was completely independent of any royal credential. Section 3. The daily process. Leadership develops daily, not in a day. The law of process dictates that consistency is absolutely critical. You can't just wake up and be a phenomenal leader overnight. You have to deliberately schedule habits to ingrain growth into your core being. This means evaluating your daily routines, committing to weekly inputs like, say, a leadership audiobook or podcast, and stepping out annually to attend a conference or workshop just to get some fresh outside perspectives. Section 4. Empowering your inner circle, multiplying your impact. You know the famous quote, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Because of that, your potential is largely determined by those closest to you. You've got to intentionally surround yourself with people who elevate the entire organization. We're talking about people who raise potential value, who boost morale with positive value, who elevate you personally, who increase the team's production, and who have a proven track record of raising up others. And this brings us right to the law of empowerment. Believe it or not, enlarging others actually makes you larger. Secure leaders spend their time freely giving away power, resources, and authority to their inner circle. Insecure leaders, on the flip side, stunt organizational growth by trying to hoard power and keep others down, mostly because they feel threatened. Section 5. Breaking the lid, a critical perspective. So, is the law of the lid truly unbreakable? Well, pastor and author Matt Carter presents a really fascinating counterargument. He looked at Maxwell's law of the lid and found it pretty discouraging, admitting that he isn't exactly an A-level visionary in every single category. But looking at the massive growth of his own organization, the Austin Stone Church, he argues that an organization doesn't actually have to be doomed to mediocrity just because the senior leader has some personal limitations. The crucial takeaway here is that by taking specific, humble actions, you can actually break through your own leadership lid. Carter suggests leading in plurality. That means bringing in partners who are strong in the exact areas where you're weak. Next, you have to embrace real accountability, allowing your team to honestly critique your blind spots. And finally, continually develop young leaders so the organization stays adaptable to changing cultures. By sharing the credit and delegating real authority, your organization can grow way, way beyond your personal limits.
Section 6. The Ultimate Legacy, a Leader's Lasting Value.
The law of legacy teaches us a super profound truth. Our success won't ultimately be judged by what we achieved or the buildings we built or even what our team accomplished while we were in charge. Real significance comes from succession. It's judged by how well the people we invested in carry the torch after we're long gone.
And this presents the absolute ultimate challenge for any leader. Someday, people are going to summarize your life and your leadership in a single sentence. Are you actively raising your lid, empowering your inner circle, and building a legacy that will outlast you? I want you to ask yourself right now, what will your sentence be?